My name is Malcolm Oliver Ames. I am the sole child heir to Ames Funeral Home. I am the Certified Funeral Service Director, CFSP, owner, manager, president, embalmer, bottle washer, and all that is encompassing of Ames Funeral Home. The history of Ames Funeral Home begins on the eastern shore of Virginia. My dad was born in Cheriton, Virginia, my mother in Cape Charles, Virginia, which is Northampton County. My parents grew up there less than 2 miles apart from each other and knew each other through childhood. My dad lived next door to his uncle who owned Frank B. Holland Funeral Home in Cheriton, Virginia. Having been next door, even though his dad was a farmer and he worked on the farm, he always came back to work with his uncle as a child growing up. Of course, like all of us, he dabbled with embalming animals and doing funerals, you know, as children do, emulating or imitating that which he saw. Consequently, he eventually decided to go into funeral service after having served in the war during World War II, Korean conflict. Having come home, he had served his internship, or at that time they called it an apprenticeship, under his uncle to complete it, and eventually found that he needed to come to a different area. It is a very uniqueness to our being located in Manassas, Virginia, particularly on Quarry Road. When my parents first came here, it was considered 333 East Quarry Street. Then there was a restructuring during the late 70s, and they renumbered the streets and renamed a portion of the streets. And when they did that, Ames Funeral Home became a very central part of the historical district of the Old Town Manassas. We are 8914 Quarry Road, Manassas. We are the only minority funeral home in Manassas, Virginia. Up until about 10 years ago, we were the only black funeral home in Prince William County. We are located, though, in the historic district of Manassas, and we are presently seeking in Richmond a proclamation as a historical site.
I am Deborah Ames, and I am the wife of Malcolm, of course, and I am co-owner as well, and I come in to help out during the week with services and paperwork. Ames Funeral Home is unique in that we are a family-owned business. We treat every person who comes through Ames Funeral Home as family. We accept them as family members, and we will not treat them any different than our own parents and our own siblings and the rest of the family.
My name is Ayana Ames. I'm the funeral director and office manager here. I play a majority of roles, not just processing everything in the office, but also arranging with families for their funeral services for their loved one, as well as preparing their loved one for the service.
I'm Malcolm Jamal Ames. I am the financial manager here at the funeral home. I also do a variety of things. I clean the hearses, clean the limos, also do the dressing of the bodies as well.
My name is Daniel Ames. I'm the assistant manager here at Ames Funeral Home. I handle a variety of tasks, including the financial responsibilities and other funeral duties.
Well, the Ames means extraordinary service.
2014, my mother passed away. 2016, my dad passed away. I was not able to be in the building due to some legal and circumstances going through probate. So in the course of that, the building actually deteriorated under the situation that occurred. So we had to replace the main air conditioning unit for the chapel. We had to replace because of drywall falling through, we had to replace the drywall and paint the building inside in its entirety. We used to have pews in the building with the kind of type of clientele that have been coming in, the younger ones. The fact that we are a community funeral home that serves all faiths, different ones of different faiths would like a flexibility to arrange things a little differently. So we moved to having chairs as opposed to stationary pews. Recarpeted everything, repainted everything. By the way, the paint selection was by my wife and daughter, and we've gotten nothing but tremendous compliments on the renovation. The lights, which have kind of a chandelier appearance, was also by my wife and my daughter. In addition to the chapel, we went forward and changed arranged the office area around so that we now have an arrangement room that we did not have before, and we changed the interior and the setting of the selection room. That was not where we used to show full units. We now show corner squares, and we've had tremendous compliments of how it's less intimidating to the grieving family that comes in to make their selections. What I would like for people to understand, as this third generation of ours, we want to make sure that the vision is clear unto the people. We're looking at other areas. We have a son that has a degree in counseling. We want to develop a grief counseling center within our business. We're looking at the greening burial aspects that are more natural, more catered to some of the other faith cultures. We would like eventually to look at our own crematory as that aspect of funeral service increases. But we want people to know that we have a balance to serve the community, whoever they are, wherever they are, and be a light and a lamp unto them.